Good evening and welcome back to Fox 23 News at 9. I am Zach Seminar. The Jones County Junior College softball coaching staff has been named the National Fast Pitch Coaching Association NJCAA D2 South Region Coaching Staff of the Year. Head coach Chris Robinson, associated head coach Bob Harrington, and assistant Katie Durham guided the Bobcats to a 54-3 record and a national title, leading to the honor. Now, Robinson has won over 80% of his games while in Ellisville. Mississippi State Bats showed up for their regional opener against Oklahoma today. As for their defense and pitching, it did not. Diamond Dogs committed 3 errors. They allowed 19 earned runs as a staff in their loss to Oklahoma. 8 pitchers hit the hill for MSU, with all but one, Riley Self, allowing at least 1 run. OU scoring 9 times in the 7th to put away the game. Elijah McNamee and Jordan Rowdy each had 3 hits apiece and drove in a combined 5 runs. In a game that MSU actually led 10-7, believe it or not. The Bulldogs will play the loser of Samford and Florida State. That game tomorrow at 11 a.m. The NASCAR season has officially hit the midway point of the regular season, and the first 13 races have literally been the rowdy and happy show. Of course, I'm talking about the success of Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. They've combined to win 9 of the series' first 13 races, with 13 more chances to lock oneself into the postseason. 10 more playoff spots still up for grabs as the calendar flips to June, and the Tricky Triangle in Long Pond, Pennsylvania may allow for one of the series' young guns to make a splash on Sunday.
No, yeah, it's always nice to come back to a place where you've had success at, let alone win at, and it gives you confidence as a driver and as a whole team. Everyone's confidence is up.
It's no secret we're off of where we want to be. So it's been a little frustrating, but hopefully we're going to start getting better and contending for some wins and winning some races.
We still got a lot of work to do to get inside the top 16, but looking forward to kind of shifting gears, getting into the high gear here for the second part of the season to make that final push.
I look at Chase. Eric Jones is running really good. Suarez is running really, really well. I think those 3 kind of stick out in my mind of the next ones who will get their first win.
Who would have thought Game 1 of the NBA Finals to be an absolute thriller, but it was. 4 quarters wasn't quite enough to decide a victor. Even with LeBron James scoring a Finals career-high 51 points, the Warriors were able to sink James and the Cavs. Now, there were plenty of storylines just from the last minute of regulation. Under 40 seconds to play, Kevin Durant driving to the basket. He's initially called for a charge. You can see the refs go to review the play. They'll change the call to a foul on James. Durant, he would make both free throws to tie the game. Then under 5 seconds to play, George Hill, please hit a free throw. 80% career shooter from the line, he misses. But J.R. Smith corrals a rebound, but instead of firing away, he inexplicably dribbles the clock out to the dismay of LeBron James. Cavs wouldn't get off a shot. That sent the game to overtime. Warriors would seal the deal to take Game 1. So what the heck happened, J.R.?
And I was trying to get enough space because I obviously can't standing right there, trying to get enough space to bring it out to get it, maybe get a shot off. And then I looked over at Bron. He looked like he was trying to call timeout, so I just stopped. And then the game was over. Yeah, I knew we were tied. It's just I thought we was going to call timeout because I got the rebound.
Mark, you remember when you were young, you were all home alone, 12, 13, 14 years old, parents are at work, you break something in the house. You've got about 3 or 4 hours to come up with an idea.
And that's the first thing that pops into your head.
That's what he was doing. That's the first thing that popped into his head. Man. He was trying to call a timeout.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how many times that worked. I don't think it worked last.
I just couldn't believe it. I was watching it. I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing?
Clearly he wasn't in the game. His head wasn't in the game. How about that?
Yeah, and he's got a reputation already, and a reputation going south.
Thank you, sir.